Oi, punters, I know what you're thinking. There's nothing you can do, nothing ever changes, but wrong! Take a look at this. Oi, punters, this video is brought to you by me, Punters Politics. If you want to support the channel, support what I'm doing, you can head over to punterspolitics.com, pick yourself up a t-shirt or a bin sticker. These have been proven very popular. Anyway, back to it. ABC have done a really cool thing. Data is boring, but then you can sometimes put it in interesting ways and help people understand it. The ABC have done just that. Over 5 decades, here's how voters have shifted away from the major parties. So you feel like there's a duopoly going on. You feel like there's nothing you can do about it. You feel like nothing will ever change. Well, let's see if things are changing. It happens slow. And sometimes because change happens so slowly, and sometimes you're making change for the generation that comes after you, not you, it's hard to see the change. So I feel like this shows something really cool. So here is a triangle, and this represents Labor, Liberal, Independents right here. And as you scroll down, it gives you more information. It means Labor won exactly a third of the primary vote. If a seat appears in the center of the triangle right here, that means they won a third of the primary vote. Okay, so for example, here is Grandler, Albo's seat. I only learned how to say that the other day, Grandler. And it's, he's doing quite well for himself. That's, if the PM can't get, a solid showing in his own seat, then you're a bit stuffed. I know Albo lost his seat. Did ScoMo lose his seat? No, someone else lost their seat. And here is the seat with the highest coalition vote. So I don't know what percentages that is, but if that's 33, I get maybe 40. In 2022, this was the last election. So we have these independents here. Whoa, super dominant independent out here. And who won what seats. So red seats were won by Labor, blue by Liberal and the national parties, and grey by anyone else. So you see some independents here, some Labor seats won over here, and a few Labor seats won in Liberal heartland there. Pretty cool display, or is it just me nerding out on this? The number of independent and minority MPs elected was the highest we've ever seen in modern political era. Our political landscape, punters, is shifting before our very eyes, albeit very slowly, our very slow eyes. Look at this. In fact, the whole way Australia votes has undergone a titanic shift over the recent decades. Woo! I think the Titanic sunk quicker than in a decade. So here's a 2022 election. And take a look at this. In 1975, this is how everyone voted, right? In the Whitlam government had just been turfed out of office. The voters swung back to Malcolm Fraser's Liberal Party. So you can see the seats swinging back and forth here. 1977, ooh, shift. 1978, 1980, oops, shift back. 83, oh, Labor's dominating here. 87, oh, now in the 1990s, we get the first independent in North Sydney. Ted Mack. All right, this is the beginning of the end. 25 years ago. Let's have a look. A few more independents drifting up. Oh, whoa. Is that the Kennedy? So what? Kennedy went from here, 96 to 2001. Oh, my. And then 2001, it's starting to slowly shift. 2004, there's still only 3 or 4. 2010. Okay, and this was Australia's hung parliament, right? So it's such an even split here. And most of the votes are still sitting around the middle there. 2019. Now we see the shifts happening. More independents come in. And 2022 where we see it now. So if the political majors weren't paying attention, they certainly are now. Take a look at that shift. So you can look at these independents sometimes flicking in and out, but take a look at everyone moving away from down here to up here where we are here. So this is what they think the 2025 election will be. People once again clustering and getting closer and closer to that 33%. Only time will tell. Only this election will come. The trend continues. People are getting sick and tired of the established 2 major duopolies not solving the biggest problems that we are facing, not offering solutions because they are risk averse. There are entrenched moneyed power interests that they don't want to piss off. Our systems are almost not broken. They have been designed this way. They've been designed with vested interest at its core. That's why they're inefficient, bleeding lots of money. That's why banking profits super high, energy cartel profits super high, housing investment profits super high, supermarket duopolies super high. The duopolies and monopolies of Australia going up and up and up because our system is being rigged against amongst us. And the two major parties have allowed it to happen, have either actively contributed to it happening or been too afraid to take on these vested powered interests. And when there is no option on the table, our political system allows us to inject a third option. So if Labor wants to start taking some of these seats and want to actually get people back to here, they're going to have to change something. Liberal, same thing. You're going to have to change something because your voter base, boomers with properties and entrenched tribal voting patterns, they are dying off. Things are changing. And this, punters, could very well be what we see in the 2025 federal election this weekend. So good luck, punters. Remember, you can go and do the Punters Personality Quiz, where you can find out what kind of punter you are. It will give you some useful voting resources like build a ballot. Don't go into the voting booth, have no idea, and copy some establishment party preferences. These are your preferences. Only you decide where your votes go. So don't listen to those bludgers with their own agenda. Build your own. This is really simple. You can go do this quiz, tell it what policies you would like to see, and then at the other end, it will help you build a simple ballot, rank your candidates, so that when you walk into the booth, you already know what you're going to do. You're in and out quick. You're not sitting on there Googling on your phone to try and find out which one's the party of corporate shills and which one's going to sell you out. Nah, you already know. So punters, good luck. Massive thanks to We the Punters over on Patreon. These are the punters that keep me making the videos that I think are important, rather than the ones that just get the clicks. Feel free to share this with a punter who might not know just how scammed we're getting, and I'll catch you punts in the next episode.